Important theory given by Michel Foucault is prisoners. This is a very interesting theory. So, in this particular theory, he has given an analysis of present day punishment system and the past day punishment system. He is also talking about how prisons were found, and he is talking about how criminals were punished in the earlier times. When anybody committed a crime, they were ridiculed uh, in front of all the town people, like we see in Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter. I'm sure you all must have read this wonderful American novel where Hester Prynne is considered as or is charged as an adulteress, and for 3 hours she is punished for standing on the making her stand on the scaffold in front of all the townspeople, because she's pregnant and she's not revealing the father of the baby, so she is considered as an adulteress. The sort of punishment given to Hester Prynne is that she is made to stand in front of the entire town, where everybody is looking at her with pity, and this was a treatment that was given in the earlier days, and it is exactly shown in The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. People were ridiculed in the front of the entire town, and they were even injured by the you can say they were even injured by the jailer, the one who punished the criminal. So, in that particular scenario, the person who was beaten was seen with sympathy, and the person who was punishing him, beating the criminal, was seen as a monster. So, in that case, Michel Foucault says that punishment was better. At least the criminal had sympathies, had eyes full of sympathies. Yes, people ridiculed the criminal, but once the criminal was beaten up, everybody moved their faces apart, and everybody did not want to watch that sight. So this particular criminal was shown some sympathy because people could not see that horrific treatment of the body. And in fact, the person who was beating up was seen with scorn or hatred. So here the guilt shifts from actually the criminal to the one who is punishing the person appointed by the government at that time. So we see that Michel Foucault says that that particular treatment was tolerable, but now people are kept in prison and they are tortured in private, and how they are tortured nobody knows. It is kept as a secret. Many women are raped inside prisons, even men are raped, and so many bad things happen to them. They are starved, they are not given proper meal, they are objectified, they are misused, and they are given inhuman treatment. They are made to feel that they are animals rather than human beings. So such kind of treatments are given in prisons these days. So Michel Foucault is of the view that before 1800, before the invention of prisons, when prisons came into being, before 1800, kind of treatment, kind of punishment was better, how criminals were tortured. But in this today's generation, after 1800, the prison kind of system is intolerable, and thus in his theory Prisoners, Michel Foucault is ridiculing the prisons. So in this way, in this theory, he begins with 1700s, 1800s, and he's talking how people used to be punished in the olden days. He mainly focuses on Europe, France and England to be particular, and he also talks about the history of punishment and how power operates in society. You should know that people are trained to behave in a correct manner in the society, and if we do not behave in a correct manner or a correct code given by the society, if we fail to follow that particular code, we are caught we are sent to prison and we are punished. So punishment is a social concept. So we have to be socially acceptable, and if we are socially unacceptable, then people are tormented and punished. Michel Foucault is of the view that every human being makes mistakes. But the thing is, some get caught and some do not. Some come into visibility and some do not. So those who come into visibility are punished severely, and those who do not come into visibility escape. So he's talking about the, you can say, the partiality that exists in the society. He's also talking about this beautiful term that he has coined, panopticism. Panopticism is a wonderful term which he defines that panopticism was a tower used for the prisons in earlier days. Still, many prisons have this tower, a high tower. So they, like cameras, how the system of cameras operate. You can see the camera, but you don't know whether someone is watching you from the other side or not. That's a question. Cameras are there, but you really don't know if you are being watched, like the Big Boss house. So that term is called as panopticism, which is a high tower, a tower at the center from where it is possible to see each person in the cell, what they are doing and how they are behaving. So Michel Foucault says that visibility is a trap. When we become visible, we start behaving decently in public. And this is a beautiful line shared by Michel Foucault. He says that discipline and punishment are interlinked at all social behaviors. If you are not disciplined, you are going to get a punishment, and punishment does not only happen at the society level. These things happen in schools, colleges, military, everywhere. Everywhere we are expected to follow a particular social conduct, and if we do not follow that particular code, we do not obey rules and regulations, we are punished. And at the criminal level, we are sent to prisons where we are tortured in public. And he compares this system with the earlier day system of prisons. There was no cell in particular, but the criminal was placed on a scaffold, a stage, in front of all the people in the town, and people ridiculed that person, mocked, and there were some systems where people even threw stones at the criminal. So the punishment was done there, then and there, and there was a full stop after that. No more punishment after that. But today's criminals are punished for years and years, and in those years the prison focuses on, it's a irony, the prison rules state that we are keeping them in a correctional facility. Correctional facility is another name for prisons. The government says that criminals will be kept in correctional facilities so that their behavior is corrected. But unfortunately, people get more corrupted when they are inside a prison. If you want to know about the treatment given to people in prisons, you should watch the very famous Netflix series Orange is the New Black. You can also watch a Spanish series, Vis-a-Vis. It is also a very good one, and it has the English translation also logged up. In series such as these, you will come to know how these prisoners are really tortured inside and how they come up with a changed character, but some of them become, in fact, some of them gang up. There are gangs in prisons that operate. Some of them still go on dealing in the illegal ways, crime upon crime, and their sentence is increased. So there is no, it's like a rooster coop. There is no way to move. There is no way for self-correction. The prisoner, the correctional facility states that the souls will be changed. But unfortunately, ironically, the complete opposite happens. People who go inside the prison, their conditions, their behaviors are deteriorated further because they see all kinds of politics happening inside the prisons also. So Michel Foucault is against the prison kind of system also, and he is of the view that the earlier systems of punishments before the 18th century were much better. like the example I gave you of Hester Prynne, the American heroine from A Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Thank you.